We're alive. We are. Took me a little bit of time today to get live because I think my computer is a little bit affected by the weather outside. It's snowing. It's gross. It's everything that I don't want. So it's kind of gross. I mean, we have to make do with whatever we have, right? How are you doing in Light Gazer? Oh. Okay, well, let's move. We're gonna have to go shops. Shops. Let's go see shops. Hello, you two. Okay, I thought you'd be back before long, so I'll make some sequels. You're astounded that I opened a new page within 1 minute of going live? Eh? You opened a new page? Oh, yeah, I was already going late already. Oh gosh. Mr. Shom, what happened? He's blue haired. Watching me? Sure. Gosh, that's quite a bright blue. Waterfront and gather some good information. Not a patch in your hair. Jokes! What? Gina? It's more important. Wait, what, Gina? What happened, Gina? I can't Adam and Eve it. What? What? What happened? Why are you crying, girl? Made no mention of my hair whatsoever. Who cares about your hair? Adam and Eve. What? Yeah, well. It's the boss. It's the boss. Gregson, right? The boss is dead? Oh my, he's dead. Oh shoot. Gregson? You just found his body. Shot with a pistol? Inspector Gregson. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Light Gazer, do you kill that inspector? What shot to that? They're still there, who? Stay. A little rented room in a building full of flats of residents. We're near his home. He's perhaps investigating. No one in the yard know nothing about no police around. The boss was so good to me. I'm gonna show him how to be a proper detective. Jenny! Why is he dead? so weird. Cupid! Mr. Cupid! They got him already. The witness reported something was going on and the boy got straight down there to the camera. Still can't believe it myself. It was the Reap prosecutor. What? What? Lord Benzig? Yo. I knew it! I knew I'm gonna have to defend that dude. Vera Benzig, the police have arrested. Why no? I'll say it was him. There were actual multiple witnesses. They heard the gunshot apparently, and when a lot got to the scene, there was only the boss and the Reaper bloke. But why? Why would he kill Rex? Of all the people he would kill Rex? Didn't do nothing. Well, anyway, I'm taking Cap over to the scene right now. He's coming on! As soon as you can, you gotta help. Girl crying! Detectives lots up here wherever some sinister plot has unfolded. Little wonder we all look haggard. Okay. These things are almost too much for the nerves. What use is there in being a great detective if I fail to see something like this coming? How could I let this happen to Gregson? Shall look up once to begin my investigation. It would be helpful to talk to Mr. Reaper and see what you think. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to defend Lord Benzig. Then who's gonna be on the prosecution? So, basically, let's go see Benzig. He's probably gonna be like, I'm not defending you. I don't need you. He's that kind of man, right? Okay. Fancy meeting you here. I would say fancy. The last place on earth I'd like to be, but the last person I'd like to see. Wait, what? I knew it. He was gonna be rude. We heard what happened. That Inspector Gregson. Oh, you? Did you do it? Go home. This has nothing to do with you. But who's gonna defend you, man? Inspector Grayson was very helpful to us on a number of occasions. We get to him. At the very least, we owe it to him to find out the truth about the death. Let's help us with our investigation. There's really nothing I can tell you. What were you just reading in the back of the cell? Something related to the case. This? Is this? The yard isn't quite so cavalier with its information as to share case detail with the suspect. This is a letter from an older man. What is that? Someone you know has had Albert Airbrain. Of course, Dr. Helmer. I would like to read my correspondence. Let's get this usual. I mean, let's face it, Lord Vizier never misses one, but they seem to have less fight than usual. Well, he's behind more. What did you expect? Kinda dumb. Gosh. Hey, stop it. Gosh. Oh, gosh. Stop it. What happened? Well, I wanna know what happened. What happened? Did you do it? Can you at least tell us your side of the story? What happened? How much do you already know? Nothing. You know that the inspector was shot dead in a small rented room on Fresno Street. That you were found there by the police when they arrived on the scene and immediately arrested. We were told there was nobody else in the room, that some witnesses heard a gunshot. Then you're well informed. There's really nothing I can add. The truth is, I don't know what happened myself. What? You were that up. You didn't fire a gun, did you? Not in the habit of shooting people or working. Also heard the noise, however. Before I had a chance to investigate, I was apprehended by the arriving officers. It doesn't actually know what. What were you doing in that place? You don't need to. What? You're not representing me. Excuse you? Who's your defense then? Hello, Larry? Yeah, who's representing you? You're representing anyone other and then you, me? Why? Why? Assuming that no one wants to represent you? When involving the Reaper, as I'm sure you will. But this is different. You're not even on the prosecution. You're on the defendant. The defendant. Of all the defendant and prosecutor, only 19 have ever been acquitted. Of them, 60 subsequently died in mysterious circumstances. The question will be now. I assure you, no defense lawyer will want to touch me with the end of the board. You didn't actually have anything to do with those people. Did you? Did you? It's been 10 years now that I've been known as the Reaper of the Valley. Believe me, nobody wants to know the true identity of this killer more than I. However, it seems things may come to a head before I have the chance to cover the truth. I mean, that after the trial, Professor Herding was supposed to go straight back to Germany. It's a letter to inform me of his safe arrival at home. I arranged his passage by sea and rail. It's a relief, I must say. He should now be beyond the reach of it. Because the Reaper doesn't follow up law. I mean, technically, how's that work? He's a Reaper himself, so if we're gonna follow that kind of urban legend, then even though we can get his acquittal, he's still gonna be killed by the Reaper. Like what? Himself? The curse of himself on himself? How's that work? His stupid little Nipponese friend, for example, he told me he was keeping well in Japan while quiet the other day. I mean, Japanese. What? Oh, how's that work? About Gina? Gina's not dead. It's so weird. Well, in any way, if you excuse me now, I wouldn't like to detain you. If you like, I'm happy to advocate for you. Yeah. You saw me. I can defend you. You trust me, do you? Yeah, I do. I've heard you speak many times in court. I've seen how you treated people. So I'm quite sure that you would never have taken another's life. Where is that confidence? It's just my feeling can be used as evidence in the court of law. Very gracious offer. However, you have better? I trust no one. Why is that a thing, sir? Not the police, not the judiciary, not you. Express yourself. I have no intention of engaging your services. Then who? Who's gonna represent you? You yourself? I think the chance of us is far too deep. I'll appreciate it if you don't visit again. Then neither of us will waste any more time. Oh, I'm so rude. I'm so damn rude. Why are you like that? Why? Perhaps we need to dig a little bit to find out more about Norman. What happened? I mean, looks like we don't have much of a choice here. So let's go to the Fresno Street, where... I mean... I say kind inspector because he was not that kind to us. At least he was not evil too. How am I? I'm doing good. How you doing? Good. Thus ridden, rented, all room is way. So this is where poor Inspector Gregson lost his life. I mean, how does that work? Like right now, even the Scotland Yard is, a little bit dim, in the sense that we managed to somewhat got the head of the forensic science department arrested. The doctor, basically. And now we have the Lord Chief up there who's very busy trying to make a symposium, I believe. And everything is in shambles. And now the dear old friendly inspector is dead. Inspector Gregson. What do we do? We don't even have no allies. Even the prosecutor is behind bars under the suspicion that he killed the inspector. This is a mess. And the police are already hard at work investigating. Perhaps his investigation have taken him. What do you think you're doing here? Every one of them drawer has got to be taken out so you can look underneath. Go in the space, unlock the cell and check, and don't forget to look inside the shoes. I never got over it how to go when it but nonetheless, mind you, I ain't being here long myself. You just live your lucky up. Thinking. So show finish investigation. Listen, Oro, you're a lawyer, right? Yes. Well, you're not thinking of trying to help that Reaper blow. She's never going to forget, is she? Why not? If you don't mind me saying, if Lord Bensik really is responsible for his crime, he will be duly and fairly judged. Harsh word. I suppose you're right. But what really happened? I mean, the Inspector Gregson is no longer here to stop. Whatever. That's what I wanna know. It's put out a year since I got out of it. When I decided to give up on me diving in. Mr. Show twisted the inspector's arm to agree to take me. That's somewhat like it. But it turns out he's a bit of a legend at the yard. Well, that's all thanks to you. Iris writing stuff. A really tricky case, just like that going on sort of investigation. I mean, he was not that good, honestly. That's interesting. So no one else at the yard even knows about half the case he's working. That's a little bit weird, though. So he's doing a little bit stuff on his own. No one knows. Oh. Now he had a long respect for the Reaper and know and look where that led. Hello, Ali. I heard him say so smart. I take my hat off to that fellow. Where is he? Not the general public view. It is most people are terrified of the Reaper. The boss said that exactly why he's respected. Okay. This is something else to me and all, that I didn't need to worry about the Reaper, because he only goes after people who are bad. They kind of set up my mind that he was instead, but now he's dead. Inspector Gregson is dead. Ali, did you kill Inspector Gregson over here? Apparently it's been rented by some cult called Huge what? I mean, it's only by you. I haven't seen the sun in 5 days. It is snowing. It's quite nasty. So it's kind of, well, they were talking about, you know, a huge snow. A lot of snow accumulated as I was trying to drive myself home. And right now it's gonna snow for 2 days. And after that it's gonna melt, hopefully. And also huge bones of boons. Oof. That sounds quite fun. Isn't it? It sounds really, really, really naughty. Yeah, okay. Also the snow is kinda affecting me. My connection is not exactly. Ow. Yeah, it's entirely white outside, Ali. What should we do? Will I send the snow back to your place? Ali, stop it! I mean, apparently it's from... Well, it's not from your place, it's actually from here. Yeah, where is she? Is what we call it not identified. We haven't been able to get it. Well, you can blame it on DL. That entire system is from a place. It says Colorado. A giant system from Colorado. They heard Color what? Why is it? Why is that place sending me snow? Of all the places. All the lab from the yard piled down to get stuck into the investigation. I mean, we in April, I should not be getting any snow. We actually did not have that much snow during an entire winter. Now I have a winter storm. A snowstorm. Well, he was a mother on his own. It's quite possible that this was in fact some kind of secret office. Last minute snow? Well, I don't know whether this is the last minute snow or it's gonna be, you know, the start of a, you know, winter. I no longer know. I mean, it's giant snow. There's like a huge alert too. Seriously. Honey, you should take all the snow. Why are you sending me snow? Condition of snow with temperature of 1 degree. 33. I mean, it's not even below freezing, although it's quite close to. What I mean, why? It was so nasty. It was so wet coming back because it was one of those, heavy snow. It was the, when I finished working was the period where it was somewhat in between. So it was raining before, and it kind of switched to snow. It was more like a slushy kind of thing. So it was like kind of like heavy snow, if you know what I mean. Like one of those wet snow. It's not like the dry snow that you can just scoop it off your coat. Pretty much like the moment it touches your coat, it sort of becomes water. Water. I mean, some of them were raindrops, literally. Some of them were snow. It was everything. It was so sticky on my car. I was like, oh. Now see? Nope. It was a single bullet. Apparently the bullet went right through him and struck a candle. Blow one of the candle up. Why are the other one? Something wrong with this. Two of them is pretty burned. The only one that is not burned that is. Why did he? Why would anyone not like? Only two of the three. But now I'm pretty sure it's like snow, really snow. Kind of heavy snow maybe, but snow. Wild eyes. Obviously, we heard that. Not much about the gun itself, but there's some big with long and whatever we said so. It was big with long. Fresno Street runs along under that window. There was some street seller just outside who heard the gunshot. But I don't recall seeing anybody else. They've all been taken down to the yard. We're talking about the yard's legendary inspector here. So they all be getting it. Yeah, now the lads in the yard will just want to know what you're swooping around for, and you'll be up for a grilling, Hello, baby. I mean, can we even talk about they're taking. Now the question is, who did what? So many. It's an autopsy. The case, nope. Help. I mean, even the detective. Wow. I mean, even a detective would not be able to get information about you. He would get it before you get it. Huh? Unless they are doing some investigation against. Against Ryu in Street Fighter 6 with the red-headed lead? What's that? Interested in for some. It's a photograph stand. I suppose it must be a picture of one of Gregson's family member. Is it Gregson's place though? Who's this? They are love. Mr. Naruhodo, quickly, who's this? Oh, that's the girl. We met her only this morning. This bridge. To be frank, I don't think I've ever been more stumped. Okay. Scene of... What's the meaning of this? They have your picture over at the scene of crime, Ale. Long time. Party in co-ed. Ali! What's the meaning of this? Did you kill Inspector Gregson? I mean, he was not the most kind inspector out there. He was kinda useful somehow at the end, but still, for you to go and kill the inspector, what did you do? You did it, didn't you? No, Inspector. Oh, sir. I'm not an inspector. He can possibly be able to focus on investigating when he's so upset. Oh no, Gregson, no! Gregson's dead. They killed Gregson. Gregson! Gregson! Tobias Gregson! I mean... Gregson! So this lady that was on the jury, dude, somewhat she's in. So how? I don't know. Then Mr. Visual. Former chief warder, but that was 10 years. There's a red hair. Ever since we came in here, I can't take my eyes off that thing. The red hair. Big red hair piece. You did no such a thing. Then kill him. Inspector Gregson wore wigs. Why? That fellow will come across very recently. Okay. A plain red wig found at the scene of the crime of Rasmus. Presumably belong. Why are we assuming that it belonged to Inspector Gregson? Oh, that's the pistol. The murder weapon, man. So guns are so rare in Japan. I really know very little, but there's one way to know for sure. Fire a shot! No! Don't do that. I'll be looking for a skilled lawyer to represent me. Kill us. Murder weapon. What is this? Little model police. Rather charming. Do you think it belonged to Inspector Gregson? What? Rather life after all. What? Also the candle. Top of one of the other in the candle holder has been completely blown. The other one has burned. Oh, there's wax splatter. So why is there only one candle that was... It does seem like likely that the bullet hit the candle, having first passed through the inspector's body. So they were blood. Now the wax on looks like blood to me. The candle broke. Okay, what a couple of stuff that I've registered here. So the window is broken too. Couldn't even call it a window. Well, if you remember the window of Mr. Nasumi, that was totally broken. Starting to feel even more sorry for Mr. Nasumi. There's also a heater. If you're looking down on us from the great beyond, Inspector, don't worry. We'll look after things at the car. Yo, a lot that the policemen actually do respect Inspector Gregson. Even though personally we found that he was not acting. I mean, he was still doing such. You see, I think, sir, too many tears, sir. No! Ali! You better confess right now, making all those policemen cry here. Why? Ali! What did you do? Why is your picture at the scene of the crime? This? This? You? Lot of bird line? Like what? Anyone know how does the hairpiece? I mean, I don't. Mine are real. Yeah, I'm not very well versed in wigs and whatnot. So I don't know how it works. What are those things? Like, I would assume that it's kind of like what? Attachment or some sort? Onto your hair on the side? How's that work? I don't know. Now, let me inspect the revolver. A band that goes on the head? Or maybe something that sits on the scalp? Well, it must be. I don't think that it's a rope that goes below. That would be too... I mean, easy to see. Someone more familiar with one. But I cannot play with it. Used to be a little washboard where not convinced about the job. That part looks like it's been fairly heavily manned. Twisting around? Gosh. Oh wow. Whoa! What's this? A key? I mean, it does look like a key, but what is... I mean, it's technically not a key that looks like a handcuff. It does kind of look like a handcuff key. But I mean, it's missing the other part, the lock. That's a little bit weird. Have you guys ever seen a handcuff key? Have you? Maybe it does not look like a door key, more like a spoopy. Somehow it does look a little bit like a handcuff key. This is a handcuff key, guys. It is a little bit. So that's the point. There's a little circle with one notch. On the other side, there should be a point. It's an eagle. Oh. There's also like a hole. Maybe a musical box? But it's fairly I don't know what it's for. I mean, I would assume that it's a little model. Then something on this side must have. That's for. the candle. These are all burned, but this one is so much taller. It's also black. A bullet would do that? Why would a bullet leave such a crack? Should have blown it to pieces. A little bit weird. Oh, he's kind of slouched. Broke his leg around the body to show exactly how it was found. Probably the doctor sees scalpel by now, if not for what happened last week. The shape of the rope, it would appear that the inspector was curled up in the ball. What I was saying. It looked like you've just seen a ghost. I know it's just a rope, but, well, conjure up quite a terrifying. But why was he curled up? Picking this spot better. And there was some butts on the side. Not exactly sure what I'm looking at right now. A couple of stuff. Lamp. Notice board. Little stool. I am not sure. I mean, I'm pretty much looking around. Did I present something? Hello, Benj. It's been a while. How you doing? Obviously, I thought she was gonna show me the gun. What is this? Oh, he's not helping. Huh? Right. You're fighting an break. Do you have anything planned for your break? Also, Venge, my place is snowing. Who sent me snow? Long enough in the job, no. So I need a break from the snow as well. I thought that I already got a break from the snow, but it's... A 5th grade teacher now? Well, yeah. You didn't send it? Well, we need to investigate. Daddy! We had a bit of snow a day ago. Having snow. Snowstorm out here. Said it's gonna be, you know, sakit. I mean, I've been doing well. We're just doing ouch now. Nothing special here at my place. Promise you didn't send me stuff. Alright. Chief. Office. British Supreme Court. Lord Chief Justice Office. We made good time. I took an express train back to London. Oh, cool. I can hear Lost Stronger, can you? As though he's talking to someone. It's actually Cuss, okay? Kazuma-san. Private compartment on the train so I could check all the paper. Kazuma-san, okay. No doubt you have heard the sickening news about the Reaper's latest devil. Wasn't he your employee? Are you sure you want to talk to one of your best prosecutor out there as a devil? Uh-oh. Interesting style here. Even this game? Sure. Definitely tricky. The fact in this case point to one thing. The avoidable accuser of Lord Van Zik for this crime. You must bring charges against the Reaper for taking the life of a legendary detective. Why are you not talking about your legendary prosecutor now, huh? Now you're saying the Reaper? Really? Really? I remember you said that you enjoyed it. But getting that correct. The truly regrettable situation tomorrow, the forensic science symposium. It's kind of stressful. It's getting better too. I mean, stressful in what way? As in dealing with parents? Or stressful as you don't know how to deal with little kids? Or stressful because of the workload, all the preparation and whatnot you need to do. Or is that a good kind of stress you're talking about? I mean, as with all jobs, there are some form of stress, of course. Some stress are definitely more manageable. Right? Learning and dealing with everything. So learning part is the normal thing, right? As in, you know, you seems to be like rather new, I would say. The job itself. So of course there's a lot of adaptation, is what I would like to say. And call it instead of, you know. I'm a first year, so it's wild, yeah. And then of course because you know you have not been accustomed to those kind of things, so every new thing would be a new experience. So those would be the new good kind of stress. Now dealing everything is like unforeseeable thing. Like it's not only about teaching but all the preparation and dealing with, you know, the social part of the things, I would assume. that you're talking about. So it's also about, you know, dealing with the teachers, also taking care of the kids itself. Not only teaching the matter itself, but also teaching something else. Planning for the extracurricular activities. I made it onto your flat screen TV. Why am I flat? I feel like I have to learn how to be a damn parent. Yes, of course, because it is under your duty to take care of them. That's why you need to learn, you know, first aids for the kids. I don't know why that's mandatory in the state. If you have any form of classes in Canada, you are required to do all that. Including playing with them, planning with everything, so you don't only go to the classes, but beforehand, afterhand, no different. And at the same time, you know, give all those kind of things. Kids are weird. And I've been a little bit out of touch on that. It's been years since I last took care of any, you know, classes. Do you imagine tomorrow's trial will be closely followed all over London? In fact, no, people all over the Empire will batch closely sour out of fold. There's no salvation for anyone in the trial prosecuted by the Reaper, but it's not prosecuted by Reaper, right? Yeah, emotional. Oh, that like they are bad? They are easily thrown off. Permanently denies any involvement in such. Over there 2 minutes. That's certainly true, or it has been. That doesn't sound good. Mean emotional. What kind of classes are you teaching in one of those special aids class? Special education class? That would be a greater challenge. Prosecutor is so aggressive. I thought he wanted to be a defense. Why is he prosecuting this case? He's a defense lawyer. I mean, he was an apprentice, right? With a pick and choose there. What? And imagine what it will mean for the prosecution to know the strategy commonly employed by the defense. Devastating combination. Check the family tabs. You just wanna show me your TV or what? You did. How big is that TV? Hello, Lens. Hello, Lens. Kazuma-sama, there sure are many other highly skilled prosecutors in Great Britain. It was a personal request as asked to be assigned to the crime. Why? That'll be complete tomorrow. Guessing you intend to stand for the defense. Well, yeah, but it doesn't accept me. Reapers appears to be turning down all offers. They are not even acceptable based on the average child. Social skills that are acceptable. Interesting. quite exceptional. I mean, I guess that's the advance of the technology that is prompting that damage. After all, you know, a lot of the 5th grade, so that would be right after the millennium, right? So with the advance of technology, a lot of people lost their social skills. A lot of even the adult per se has been more isolated, especially post-COVID right now. That phenomenon has been even worse. Everything it's inside the house. Rarely do you see the kids outside. So that comes with the consequence of people in general. I would not say child. People in general lacking that kind of skills. I mean, not lacking, but definitely not like the way it is before. So you don't know how to approach it. Face to face in a way. I mean, it's not only the kids though. It's the adult. They just act in a certain way that it would not be acceptable if it was face to face, but they never learned the skill for it. So I mean, at least now that they're going to school, it should be quite, in a way, a good time. You educate them on such a skill. Got to the fire temple. The ground fire temple. Some of them will cringe. Besides, if they have young parents in the 20s, 20 something, well, maybe not, maybe in the 30s. Awesome. Yes, I assume it would be in Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, that is the more annoying temple, because it has so many tears and whatnot. I mean, I can also not blame them though. Like, I wouldn't say necessarily it's, well, maybe it is. We lost that sense of community. So people don't know even their neighbors and stuff, so they can no longer trust the environment that they're in, and you see all those shootings and whatnot. So you would not want your child to go outside and play with their neighbors. You know who those neighbors are. Whereas compared to before, because we don't have that kind of internet and whatnot to as well, so we necessarily have to rely a little bit on the neighbor to socialize and stuff. Whereas nowadays it's no longer required, whatever. So it is what it is. iPad kids. I mean, with the advance of science, they are also more, crazy people. I mean, at least I know from my personal experience that, I've definitely seen more people with mental issues. For the last 5 years, there's like a huge spike. And I just don't know why it is. I just don't know why it is. Like, why? Could be the drugs, because they are worse. People are more isolated, so they have more issues. I mean, the issues were found, whereas before it's non-existent because it was not discovered. I don't know. I mean, of that I know. I even have to stat. I mean, and I do believe this is not a localized. Longer than Knuckles. Including what I was coming here to do. What were you coming here to do? As I mean, there are ways around it, honestly. But it's especially hard when you need to compensate. It's a little bit, you have to understand, and we are talking about the early education psychology feel about it, because I did study a little bit through the mind, and they were saying that a lot of the social skill were learned from a very very young age, even before some of you might think like kids don't learn their social skills once they go to school. It's way before. Like they were talking different phases of socialization, and it starts with the mother once they are off their rooms at the age of 6 months and stuff. So that's when they started to interact with other humans, which is their parents. Generally speaking, with the mother. If that part from 6 months to roughly 2 years, 3 years, it's a little bit on the lacking side. The mother itself or herself, it's quite young because she is lacking, so she is a little bit colder to the kids. You might be seeing quite a bit of socialization skill that's lacking later on, even though you can try much harder. 3 to 5. So, but then there's also the part that once they go to the school from 5 to 11, which is the elementary school part. They're saying it's more like the more stable part, because that's the part where they will really be thrown into the outside world. So that's the phase where we call the absorption phase, where it's constantly absorbing and not giving back. They are more like an observer and whatnot, which is not in your case, because you are almost at 5th grade, you're pretty much like out of that range. The 5th to 11 years old is pretty much the phase where they have another person, important person in their life, which is showing quite a bit of all this stuff. And from 11 to teenage, basically teenage years, but they did separate 11 to 14, I believe. It's the phase where they are on their trying phase. So all the things that they have absorbed from before, they are gonna try it again. So it's more like the rebellious phase and stuff. These are like psychological theories, from growing up and whatnot. Some of them are rooted, some of them are not, but it's definitely interesting. So 11 to 13 is their trying phase. Some people extend it all the way to 17, 18, where they are the pre-adult phase, and it's we see them doing a lot of mistakes. We see them being very bashful. We see them, but it is in a way a good thing for them to do that, because that's how they learn. It's more like a trial and error phase. They're allowed to make errors as long as it's not too big of an error. Of course, you're gonna hurt people. Don't try to test them. But unfortunately, nowadays all those things are pretty present. So we need to be very careful of that. But we do want them to be bashful. We do want them to test their own limits in a way. So it's kind of us as an adult to gauge as to, you know, what kind of limit is acceptable and what is not acceptable. So some people who are like overprotective is not necessarily the thing that's bad luck. That's what I mean, because they will never be able to try out what they can do and what they cannot do at the same time. So it's more, so it's one of those phases that's a little bit very difficult for a lot of people to understand. Not only just accept the kid that's just going different. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, for 5th grade, I think it's more like the trying phase now. 5th, 6th grades, almost to their teenage years. So it's definitely the phase they, you know, you need to be. Well, I personally feel like it's a good way too. It's like, you know, you observe them, and if they go too far, you say you go too far. But it is okay for them to make some errors too. Being a little bit bashful, sure. Look at them and say you are maybe going a little bit too far. So that's how, you know, I see things. But that's my way of seeing. I mean, I guess, you know, my philosophy was always a little bit like this. You know, you don't start running by first, you know, walking, and you don't go by walking by first crawling. And during that process, you probably will, you know, fall a couple of times. That is okay. You think you're dying? No, you're not dying because there's a snowstorm, Joshi. That's not how it works. I mean, of course, they're not gonna be pristine. And also, think about it for a second. Pent up energy for a lot of voices and stuff. That's an indication of, as a, you know, ex-tutor myself, there are a lot of, you know, stuff that I would not agree with. With a lot of, how would I say, on the medical field, like, you know, he's hyperactive and stuff, and well, of course he is hyperactive. A kid has a lot of energy, and I'm not the one who's, you know, unless it's really like necessary because it's out of control, whatever. But generally speaking, you know, sitting for like an hour, 2 hours in a classroom for pen up, well, for a boy with pen up energy, not gonna work. So what I want, what I do before is like, you know, go play, spend all your energy, and then we're gonna come back. And then he might be able to sit 30 minutes. Some people would sit, you know, 40 minutes listening because he used up all his energy. But I definitely feel like it's better than just giving simply pills, you know, Ritalin and all those kind of things. I'm not that, especially knowing the fact back in the days that, you know, some of the directors or the teachers were actually, you know, receiving a certain sum of money for promoting that kind of pills. I was like, no, no, and no. That was a little bit of anecdote before. Now, you bend down in the store, you barely get up. Your legs started hurting around then. You broke your left knee? Military sergeant, 50% of the time, sure. Why did you break your leg? You don't know what the heck happened, so suddenly you did not make any, you know, a weird movement or all those kind of thing. You bend down normally. It is nap.
Hold it!
Hold it. Before you go, Ryonosuke. What is it, Kazuma? I mean, can you still bend them? Is this swollen? Or is it bruised? What do you mean, Josh? How'd that happen? No, your leg doesn't break like that. What did you do, Joshy? Not swollen or anything. So no swollen, no bruises. You just happen to bend down after that. Is that what I'm getting at? Light spring. But you can still move. Brexit. Did you put some eyes on your knees? Head on collision? That's more like, a sprained muscle. I mean, it did not snap, you did not hear a crunch. You can still move it, it just hurts. Right? I mean, when you touch it, it doesn't seem like anything else. Sprain the muscles. It's fine. Yeah. Probably sprain muscles. Because if you have a torn ligament, you probably would. If you snap one of the bones there, you probably will hear a lot, you probably feel a lot of grinding. There are no swollen. Sometimes, you have a sprained muscle, you do a little bit swollen and don't notice it. I mean, it does not feel like there's any liquid. Alright, try. Just rest your leg, don't move it a lot. Eyes there. See whether you get better. Maybe if it keeps hurting, go to see a doctor. But I mean, you can still move, right? Yeah, I don't think it's like a torn ligament. You definitely won't be moving that much if you have, broken bones and. Insulting Nipponese out there. Another case brought to me in secret. I was reading them. Case? Which is none of my business. Have you found a lawyer? No one wants to represent you. This is nothing to do with you. In other words, no. We were just talking Lord Strongheart. The prosecutor for your trial has been decided. I expected nothing less. Though I have no idea who it is going to Kazuma's. Your apprentice! That made the color drain from his face. Oh shoot. Well then. It seems I'm going to have to engage in conversation with you again after all. Haha! That's all it takes! Converse, Asogi! Not a mess of cars on the street drive past you. People don't know. Seriously. Then whenever I drive to a city and stuff, there's always one thing that takes me off. But every single place is a little bit different. So like, yeah. I mean, in Montreal is always one of those. Well, it's actually, well, Montreal can name a couple. There's always one person that is really slow on the freeway. Like, the hell is wrong with you? I mean, these kind of people always think that it's safer to drive much slower than the speed limit. And I do mean much slower. So if it's 60 miles per hour, they are driving like 20 miles an hour. So causing all the congestion, but they don't realize that because people want to be at least 65 miles per hour, because that's the limit there, they are gonna, you know, just pass you and try to pass you and causing all the sorts of, you know, accident and incident because of that. There's also a second case, I think it's more typical to Montreal here, that people when they are taking another lane, they don't put their flashers on. Like, I am supposed to guess when you want to, you know, that's very typical. No, I don't know what is the deal with that. But these kind of things is not acceptable, let's say in a city like New York. New York, if you don't put your goddamn flasher when you're putting onto the other lane, you're gonna then beam. Like, some people is probably gonna be swerved very quickly. New York on the other hand, or New Jersey, they are, you know, because probably the road is much smaller compared to here, they are really cutting it very sharp. Everything is like stealing places and stuff, so very sharp. Like very less time to react and stuff, and people have way much less patience. A lot of things. Like, whoa! Calm down, bruh. So it's a little bit different. But there's always something that takes me off. And then when you go along the, you know, the coast of Florida and whatnot, you know, down Virginia, all those things, people drive fast, like fast. The limit, the speed limit is already like really fast, like 80 miles per hour, which is around, you know, 140 kilometers, around that, 135, 140 kilometers per hour. And then I was even driving like 85 miles maybe, and still there were people, even truck were passing me. Like, I do mean pass, like not, you know, slowly, they pass me. Like, they're probably 100 miles an hour, so they are like 180. 180 kilometers per hour, and everyone is like that, so I have to speed up just for that. That takes me up. And yeah, I was even passing in front of the police. Like, they were like, yeah, go 100 miles and now it's fine here, don't worry about it. I'm like, bruh, that road is so small. That road is so small. I mean, you know, speeding, depending on how speed. There was some part of in the state that, you know, when I mean speeding, it's easily every single person is doing what 80 plus. So I've seen like 200 kilometers per hour, like what 110 miles. That is fast. That is fast. I mean, I was thinking that I was driving really fast down that road, but god damn. I mean, the limit is like 80 miles per hour, 75, 80 miles per hour. I am blah. I mean, it's very upsetting. Wow, there are some other places, especially Europe, if they say 65 or 60 miles per hour, you would not want to go on 61 miles per hour. You will be getting a ticket like that. Whoa. A lot of European country is like that. 60, If you get 61, you get a ticket. Whereas in Canada, generally speaking, you know, we go 20 kilometers over, it's acceptable. So we have a margin of, I don't know, margin of tolerance, you know what they call it. But don't do that in Europe, guys. I believe especially in Germany, I think. Was it Germany? Yeah, I think it's Germany. If they say 50 miles per hour, you don't go at 50. I mean, but if they say 50 miles per hour, don't go at 45 either. So, develop respect for the men seems no crispy extreme, but none of us saw the true nature of the man. That's the time. I lost everything when it happened. My esteemed brother, the people. That's we're talking about. I mean, you know, some peak country are definitely. In North America, it's a little bit weird. I mean, in North America, it's definitely weird. Especially for the pedestrian. I mean, in some of the, you know, European country or Japanese country, if one of the pedestrians actually set foot on the crossing, all the cars stop. All of them. Red light, green light, whatever, all of them. Like in North America, and I'm talking about, you know, Canada, the States, Mexico, you probably get ran over. And even a green light, you probably get ran over. That's just the way it is, like, you know, it's cultural differences. You do notice that quite rather quickly. Obviously, bloating of us Japanese is because of us. But for so many years, that hatred had festered inside me and I could no longer control it. I can understand why now I know the history. But in the same way that I've long felt the need for these to be the bane of my existence, to Kazuma Sogi, I am the bane of his. The Reaper who sent his father to the gallows. He's looking for revenge. He intended to take it in torture form. That was a revenge. Brixton's transfer to the Paris police prefecture had finally been arranged for the coming months, but he'll never make it to France now. Tragedy. Oh yes, come to think of it, they mentioned something about that, didn't he? Transfer. The first time I've ever encountered. Paris police welcoming an English detective is almost inconceivable. I can't imagine what kind of magic Rex must have worked with. I'm afraid to say that we were very ignorant about Inspector Rex's standing. We hear that he was considered something of a legend in Scotland. Again, it was 10 years ago that he first made a name for himself by uncovering a decisive piece of evidence as exposed to the past. If it wasn't Gregson's singular approach to the case that they covered, so everything is related to the Professor case, where, you know, then Zeke lost his brother, Asogi's dad got found guilty of being the Professor and was sentenced to the gallows. And now Asogi is pretty much coming back for revenge on Zeke because he think maybe dad is innocent. After my brother's life was taken, the inspector pushed for a full autopsy. Why is that so surprising? Autopsy was considered a desecration of the body at the time and rarely performed. Yeah. So it is still, you know, somewhat less of a thing, but you know, back in the day, even back in my day, talking about that. And back in my day, I'm talking about, you know, teenage year, people who are still against. That's the Asian culture. So we're talking about, you know, desecration of the body. They want to preserve the body as an entirety, and if you started, you know, doing those kind of things, they may not be moving to the paradise because they are lacking a certain parts that is not in the body. They need to be whole in order to go to heaven. Yeah. So that is a thing that I can attest to it. I've definitely heard some older folks who still, well, I don't know whether now, but back in the day, we are talking about maybe 30 years ago, 20 something. Definitely roughly around 30 years ago. Still talking like that. So it was a big. Well, it was of course a noble that made the idea of it even more. And here in the game, we are still, like again I said, at the you know, the turn of the century of the 1900s. It's, you know, quite a long time. More than 100. Fun in getting a DVD cab. Yeah, it's not gonna last long, trust me. All your things, it's gonna be sold. You no longer have all your DVD. Was the ominous Reaper just like the rest of London? That's not what he said. He loves you. What was the true nature of the relationship? They were lovers. Second, a drink. I mean, I'm so tired, guys. So my energy level for my voice is a little bit lower than usual. I don't know why, but a little bit tired. So pardon me if my voice is a little bit lower than usual. It doesn't show too much. The gun, that's not mine. Whose gun is it? What do you expect me to say to that? I don't know. You tell me. How strong are those that you claim to have misplaced your firearm? Yeah, but as embarrassing as that is, I'm afraid it's the truth. When did you lose it? That I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You said you misplaced it. Those DVD are yours for life. Guess what movie you bought tonight? Barbie? Every movie? Must have stolen it somewhere, I suppose, and left it somewhere. What the heck is that? Listen, Barbie is a good movie, okay? They won prizes. Like Oppenheimer. A talent for misplacement. I know what is a good book. A film about good. It's way better than Barbie. Good Burger did not win prize. Barbie did. So, your argument has been void. Nullify. See, Ali likes Barbie. In Barbie, it's, you know, a metaphor of, you know, nowadays how everyone wants to be perfect, but at the same time they can't. a little bit satirical. In a way, if you're not a fan of it, I mean, it's not about Barbie. When did you get that? Someone gave it to me. Qualified prosecutor is almost unbelievable. I assume it was long lost. Someone had it! Is the man on the left there your brother? That's your brother, Colin Van Zeek. Yeah. This Grex? They had to be with the left. Watch it before you say it's not good. Is that there will be more toy movie adaptation? Like what? Like what? G.I. Joe? We already have G.I. Joe. I mean, what kind of toy movie can they do now? Like Barbie? Uno? I mean... I mean, didn't they already make... the chess? It's that movie that came out in... I mean, Battleship was already made, so it's not like, you know, Barbie, it's the new movie that, you know, started the trend for toys being made into movies. But Mattel, what do they have? Besides Barbie. Now I'm curious, hold on. I mean, they have a lot of toys though. Mattel's creation. So originally, Fisher Price? No Fisher Price, American Girl. Well, maybe Fisher Price. Not even Fisher Price. Well, you get a movie and you're gonna make out of it. There's not even a storyline behind Fisher Price. Oh gosh. Hot Wheels? Yeah, Hot Wheels do already have movies. Skimbo? Oh, He-Man and the Master of the Universe, probably, yeah. Minecraft already have a movie. I mean, other than that though, I don't see what they can do. Fisher Price. I mean, Hot Wheels already have a movie, so that doesn't count. What Mattel doesn't have? You should be in a movie, Joshi. You should start streaming. I mean, it's gonna be singing. Ali would be singing Frozen with you in a duet. Wanna stream some basketball? Mr. Naruhoda? I've lost all confidence in my country's justice system. I don't trust the police, the judiciary, or lawyers. Sure. Yo, this is such a bad, you know, way of looking at things. Like, I don't trust the police, I don't just trust the judiciary, I don't trust the lawyer. And what are you gonna trust? Who's Gregson? He's the inspector. He's the somewhat helpful inspector that has been with us all this time. This is Gregson. Tobias Gregson. You murdered him. There's still one thing I'm willing to believe in. That which you see in the eyes of another across the court. Simple determination to know the truth. From the very first time we clashed in the Bailey almost a year ago now, I couldn't deny it, even though I ideally wish I could. Here is a loathsome Nipponese who has absolute integrity as a lawyer, yo. There are only two other men I've known with that same look in their eyes, my brother, Clint, and Genshin. So, the man he idolized, the man who betrayed his trust the most. I mean, Genshin, did he really kill all those people though? We still have known. When you showed me that photograph just now, it reminded me you mean that photograph! Back then I was able to laugh. I was free of shackles of mistrust that plagued me. I looked to the future with hope. Your leg hurts so bad. Should I go to the hospital? Feel like peeking? I mean, that has nothing to do with your pain. Like I said, put some ice on it first and see whether you know that your pain will subdue. A little bit of that though definitely help as well. And I feel like if you did the false movement, you spring a little bit of your muscle. It's not necessarily good to go to the emergency room because you'll be, waiting time lapse or nothing. So the doctor might just, give you some Advils and Tylenol and But I mean, like I said, you can still move. Really bad, what is really bad? Like, are you giving birth? Kinda bad. What is really bad? Oh, and 9 out of 10, but you did not have any, hurt hit on it. I mean, if you really feel that bad, you should. I mean, if you're not sure, then let's go. Go get it. But I don't know how you feel, so you are the best person to determine whether you want to go to the hospital to get x-rays. Of course. But it really depends on how bad it is. Sometimes, you swing the thing in a couple of hours of, ice and a little bit of Advil. That's it. You also said there were no bruising, there were no nothing swollen, does not grind. Like when you move it, it does not feel like it's grinding, it's not gritty or anything. Definitely did not feel the snap, so it's not one of the tendon, the cross ligament. Because you definitely feel that snap, one of those rupture. I mean, maybe a little bit of, micro fissure. I mean, it could be arthritis, it could be many causes because you don't seem like, like anything hits you. It's just like, you bend over, maybe a false movement and stuff. So the most common cause would be spraying one of the muscles and stuff. But it is what it is. I mean, the underlying cause, arthritis could be a thing because your bone is already fragile, so the movement you made, but I highly doubt it because it's stuff. So that could be a thing, but, even then, we'll see. I mean, like I said, put some ice on it to see. I always recommend that. Either way, it's like first aids. You applying the hot or the cold, depending on it. This is not swollen, you can also apply the hot. If swollen, applying ice is always a good move, just don't apply directly onto the places. So I mean, with the ice and a little bit of Advil, it fixes the thing, and tomorrow it's better. But if you see that it's worsening, like you started to see that it's getting bigger, more swollen, or you know, bruises coming out, or your pain worsen, then by all means. I mean, you can touch it, you don't see like, you know, any abnormal places that is displaced. So everything looks normal. Can you touch it and see whether the, you know, everything feels normal as well? Like nothing has been displaced or stuff like that. Feels normal. Can you exercise any forces and stuff? First you touch a bit, and then exercise. Stand your leg like that. Ask someone, you know, put a hand on the bottom of your feet. Try to, you know, counter the force of that person pushing you. Either way, so pushing forward and pushing backwards. So the other person that is touching under your feet has to, of course, you do the opposite motion. So if you're pushing forward, he should be pushing towards you, and you are pushing towards him, and yeah. So do it on one leg and do it on the other leg. The one that hurts, you know, if you still have the mobility and movement, still good. So you're still on your knees that are hurting? Nowhere else? On your hips and stuff? Bend your knees out of place? But only your knees that hurts, not nowhere else. My leg hurts. So nowhere else. Your whole leg hurts? Even your hips hurts? Your feet too? One of your legs longer than the other? That they normally would. Okay, so it's not they look all normal, even if you extend it all the way. But you can still walk. You can put some pressure on it even though it hurts, right? Okay. But like I said, if it worsens, go see a doctor. It's very hard to walk. Awesome. I mean, sprained anything hurts quite a bit, so it's very normal. You guys remember when I sent my mom? Well, I had to stop my stream like what, a couple of weeks ago, I believe, 2-3 weeks ago. A little more than that. That's exactly what happened. She fell and she did not have any displacement of the hips. That's it. So usually when you have a displacement of the hips, one of the legs would be longer when you extend it. Another way that that's why I'm asking you is to test whether you have any forces on one of the legs compared to the other. That would be quite way to gouge. The field test to see whether there are any displaces part could be the socket. Sometimes you get crushed so that it moves on a little bit away, so one of the knees get displaced on the cab that you can feel it underneath. So I did a couple of things, but they were overall the problem and stuff. But at the end of the day, I passed the entire night over there for a moment and it was already like a spray. So thank God, because what I was scared was because of her old age, which is not your case, she might fracture one of her hips. So that it's not necessarily a good thing because she's feeling a lot of pain that she no longer be able to move. She has to crawl. So that was the big thing, but so it's not the hip. Generally speaking, if you don't have somewhat of one of the leg, longer than usually are compared to the other leg, then not it's a problem with the hips. That's what I thought of. But I mean, yeah, so because she was just so much in the vein, we had to call an ambulance and stuff. But at the end of the day, we did the X-ray, and there were no problem with the hip and stuff. So, but because she was also complaining about having sort of chest pain, she did lose a little bit of consciousness and stuff because of her pressure being a little bit low. So that's why I called the emergency. But in your case, you don't seem like you have lost consciousness over it. So your case is definitely not like 100% like the one with my mom, but at the end of the day, she did get a little bit of low pressure because of the some of the pills she took, the Rovaxacet basically, and she already was a little bit on the low. You don't want to take those kind of things when you are having low pressure. It's known to cause a drop in pressure, and then she fell because of it. No, I don't think it's your fault. If you did not fall, you did not get hit by anything. I highly doubt that. I mean, it's not something that you need to take, but you can buy it. It's big counters. It's not a prescription. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end my stream a little bit earlier compared to... I'm still gonna stream right now, I'm just saying that I probably want to end it at 4. 4 AM, maybe 4:15 instead of 5 AM. I'm still gonna stream for an hour. My energy is dropping. I had a long day. Like I did not sleep. I thought I had gastros, So 2 days ago I thought I had gastros, but I did not vomit. I did not do anything. I just have a little bit of a cramp, but those little bit of a cramp prevented me from sleeping at all, so I did not get to sleep. Like, after a while it went away. I was like, what is this? What is this? Am I having gastro? Because there are a couple of cases of gastro that I've been dealing with lately. So I'm like, oh no, I did not catch that gastro. Really gross. But at the same time, I did not vomit, I did not have diarrhea, nothing like that. So I'm like, maybe it's not that. Maybe I have food intoxication or something. But it's not that either because nothing came out. I mean, it's definitely not constipation because my stool is fine. But I mean, at the same time, it was a little bit annoying because it prevented me. It was not comfortable enough for me to be sleeping. I mean, if I'm gashed though, I don't want to take anything that prevents me from, vomiting. So definitely not, a ball, definitely nothing because you want those, things to come out. Same thing with, with intoxication, you want them to come out. You don't want to keep it in, so you don't want to prevent the vomiting. That's the thing. So I'm like, I prevent myself from taking any form of Imodium and stuff. But at the end of the day, nothing will want to come out. So after that, it passed. A little bit of crap passed. But then at the same time, I was working, so. So a lot of water did the thing. Juror's bench shall remain vacant today. What? Why? I ask who is currently occupying the gallery, my lord. Member of Judiciary here to witness the proceeding and ensure an equitable trial. Oh my. There is of course another unprecedented aspect to this proceeding on which I must elaborate. The counsel for the prosecution and the defense are both aliens. Great Britain. I believe it takes an outsider to see the truth. And I stand here in the court now, I'm quite certain. This is the reason why I had to come. Well, I mean, anyway, I had a long week, basically. Just see that I'm a little bit lacking in energy because of that. And then today I went to work. There were a lot, nothing major, but there's just like a lot of stuff that I need to take care of here and there. So I'm like running left and right for absolutely nothing, small things. You're gonna take a nap? Go take a nap. Go take a lot of water and stuff. Do take some ice. That will prevent the things getting swollen. Building flats on freshness. Victim body was discovered there in no secret. Firecracks and well-named man only this in this court, not least for his miraculous resolution of one of his country's grimest case 10 years ago. We're talking back on the professor. How sure are you about the time of the incident? Several witnesses on the street outside heard a gunshot and all have reported the same time. There were a number of witnesses. I have here a plan of the room. So the victim was found curled up in one corner. That would be in accordance to the tape that was on the floor. I believe it's that what he was shot from the front at point blank range. Point blank. There was scorch marks around the entry wound. Such marks are caused by gunpowder used to fire the bullet. So we're talking about a little bit of the ballistic side. The powder hot enough to leave scorch mark is only ejected a few inches beyond the end. Or in other words, it only happens when the target is in point blank range. Can I have a photo? Thank you for the detailed explanation, Constable. So the murder weapon was found lying beside the victim. No, my lord, not conclusively. Bravo, Kazuma-sama, for not trying to use the gun as evidence when its provenance can be proved. Furthermore, my lord, as I've explained, the revolver was fired at an extremely close range. The bullet passed through the victim and struck the wall behind him. There is a candelabrum mounted on the wall, and the tip of one of the candle in it was found to have been blown out by the projectile. Yes, but the question is why? It was definitely one of the candle that was placed, I feel like, because it's not normal to only burn 2 candles out of the 3 while letting the third one that was multi-piece. It was definitely much longer than the other. Crimes and floor plans. So is this Fresno Street room Inspector Gregson's private abode? The room is rented to Mr. Huge Boone. But there is precious little furniture inside and is generally in a poor state of it. What on earth was Gregson? Some case of it. When a policeman was informed of the gunshot from the witnesses and rushed to the scene, he found only the deceased inspector and the accused standing alongside holding the revolver. The attending officer arrested the accused on the spot. So the details of the case are clear. In that case, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Naturally, the accused himself, Lord Ben Zeke. Okay, Ben Zeke himself. He believes in the oath of office is taken and will be compelled to tell the truth. Alright, let's go. State your name. Say my name, say my name. Presume Lord Ben Zeke that you heard prosecutors Asoji. I did. Right. So and that you were arrested by the arriving police officer, can you confirm that? Sure. And I'm sure the court would like to hear your explanation some things away. Yeah, what were you doing there? Namely, why you were there in the room on Fresno. That's what we were asking. Never told me, bruh. I intend to explain away nothing. I was going to tell the truth. I never imagined this day would come, or rather, I didn't want to imagine it would come. But since you became known as the Reaper, a part of me has been dreading it. Oh shoot. Even the judge is like, you're shady as fuck. Oh, shady as fuck! I love symptoms of long COVID, which is feeling like being sick, so I'm also gonna tell your doctor about it. So by investigating Rex, why are you really investigating Rex? My inquiry had led me to that address. What were you investigating, Rex? When I first entered the room, that day was dark as I saw it. A moment later, I heard the gunshot and spun around and saw the revolver on the floor. Then just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared. What? What? Okay. How shady as hell has a testimony. That testimony was a whole truth. So you heard a shot fired in the room with no living object. Moments later, a corpse runner appeared before your eyes. Is that it? You're right, you haven't explained away anything. In fact, that would barely qualify as an excuse. What if today is your last day? That the last day. I mean, people can work without it, first of all. Basically, the treatment of being tested to help treat long COVID, yeah, but that's still a long way. I mean, different people react differently. They don't even know, you know, what exactly the COVID can attack you with. Blood clots can hurt. But if you see blood clots, usually you will see symptoms. You can actually see the blood. Especially when it's no, one of those things like veiny things that you see on a lot of heavy lifters and stuff. Then one of them is like, you know, big veins and you know, it has a clot. Those can be qualified. Not as a blood clot itself, but definitely a thickening. You have a blood clot though. You probably won't be talking. A real blood clot? Especially when it starts to rupture or going back to your heart. You probably won't be, you know, alive right now. So no. You would definitely notice. That's why I asked you whether you have any bruises or any form of, you know, rupture of, you know, some of the veins is possible. That's why they will be causing bruises. But no blood. I mean, especially on the legs and arms, they are quite visible. They are quite visible. It can move to your lung and whatnot. So you probably won't be, you know, conscious. What to say. Not behaving like himself. Oh, he is mad person. I'm beginning a cross-examination. Let's go! Cross-examination. The facts of the incident. I was thinking this, why were you investigating it? That's hold it! Well, like a balloon in that happened. I'm not at liberty to say. What do you mean not at liberty to say? I identified a distinct possibility that Gregson was involved in the case I was investigating. Regrettably though, he was killed before I could secure the proof. You understand then that on the day in question you followed the victim to the scene? No. I was privy to his movement in events. Go into his office and consult his diary. Yo, that's not better. The address on Fresno Street was noted in the 5 p.m. You illegally entered the man's office? Japan, that alone would constitute a very serious offense. As it does in Great Britain, I assure you, is that not the case, Lord Benzie? I was aware of the possible consequences, so why did you do that? You were investigating the victim. Yet, you refused to tell the court why. Why? And even a British prosecutor enjoys such freedom to choose what to divulge. No. When I first entered the room, why is he not saying? Why is he investigating this? The reason why he's not telling me. When I first entered the room that day, it was dark inside. Why is it dark inside 5 p.m.? Have you ever been to the address before? No. Yeah. I only learned of the place as a result of my investigation on Grace's activity. There was no light inside when I entered, so it was all but impossible to pick up anything. So why would you not, you know... Yeah, the sun would have just only gone down. It would still have been visible light outside. The room has a window, but it was boarded shut. Very little light found its way into the room from outside, so it was extremely murky. I wouldn't have noticed if the victim was already lying on the floor. There was no artificial light in the room, you say? You're quite sure? I'm quite sure that the part of the room where the body was found was very dark. I have a feeling there was a small oil lamp burning on the desk, though I couldn't say for sure. I call you a liar just cause I don't feel it. A lot he thinks I'm making it up. It is lovely. There's a small desk in the room just here, and remember, and there was an oil lamp burning, and well, as well as a frame for it. When I entered the room, I closed the door behind me and started towards the desk to investigate. Nothing. I never actually reached the desk. A moment later, I heard the gunshot. I spun around and saw the... Hold it! So, who fired the gun? I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't see anybody else in the room, but you said it was very dark. That's right. All I can tell you is I didn't sense another surprise. Then could it be that the gunshot is somewhere else outside the room? That's out of question. Without doubt, the sound emanated from inside the room. I could smell the gun. Wait. What if it was... What if it was on the candle? The bullet. It actually blasted from the candle hitting it? It was not from the gun itself? I mean, that would explain why it's burned. Why is it? Oh. Tobias Gregson, 45, British, time of death. Victim was shot in the chest, close range from the front. It does say from the front, resulting in its death. Scorch marks a point of injury. The bullet exited the body from behind. The caliber of the gun used matches that of a standard issue firearm from a member of the judiciary. Corona Maria Gore. Eating a rib? And I foolishly picked it up. That was carelessness on my part. Presumably then the gunshot you heard came from the firearm that you somewhat hastily took in your hands. In point of fact, my lord, I believe it did not. The barrel of the revolver I picked up was cold, and there was no smell of spent. Where on earth is the gun that was fired? I'm afraid I can't. I too would dearly like to know. So, it's not from the guns. Get it?
Hold it!
So a man, you say, one of the witnesses, I presume. That's right, one of the street merchants working on Fresno. Who are these merchants? A number of them are set up their stall directly beneath the boarded window of the crime scene. A match sellers, a newsmonger, and a peddler. They've all given statements saying they heard the gunshot. Probably they all heard the gunshot. Not from the guns. Self. For the record of Kipua, there is shit that was told that for the past 5 years they've been engraved with a unique number. There's nothing like that on this gun, which tells us that it must have been issued longer ago than that. So it's not from 5 years ago. This gun has been issued like more than 5 years ago. So the barrel itself. I mean, unfortunately back in the day, I don't believe they have ballistic marking above yet. So we cannot conclude based on the engraving that is on the bullet. Alright. With the thought of danger, they ran inside to see what had happened. Yes, Gina told us about yesterday. They burst through the door with some forces, it would seem. Some forces through the door. It almost gave me a heart attack in the process. But you're supposed to be the Reaper? The first man to come in immediately notices a revolver in my hand and fled. A policeman patrolling a Fresno Street heard the commotion and was able to arrest the accused shortly after the incident occurred. Anyway, the man screamed drew my attention in that direction. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared. So, what is going on? What do you mean appeared? Yeah, what do you mean by appeared? So we have two things to solve. Why did he not see Gregson's body? First, And then second of all, where is the gun that killed the good old inspector? As far as I know, the body has been there until that point. It's still there. Did you perhaps heard the sound of victim falling to the ground just at that moment? What I heard was a gunshot. Was the sound of a door flying open and the scream of the men who came inside first. Interesting. That was Gregson. So you did not know it was Gregson first. Okay. Most curious circumstances. Other questions. How? Or how his body seemed to appear out of the pool.
Objection!
No idea. Objecting. Surely the court has heard enough! Asogi? My lord, the cross-examination has clearly revealed that the accused Barak Van Zeek is lying on multiple fronts. Oh, how's that? Pray tell. In his testimony, he claims that he failed to notice the victim's body because the room was dark. That's correct. No, that's impossible. As proven by this candelabrum. Burn, if you examine tips long enough, you see it been blown up by power point. Okay, and one will assume the particular one passed through the victim and struck the candle. The problem comes from when you consider the other two candles. Yeah, well, so it was clearly burning. I don't see the candle, yeah, because it was burning. We could reasonably expect someone to have lit all three candles. Why only one has ended up longer than the other? That's the question I was asking. Why? GTA 6? No. GTA was never my kind of thing. I find it a little bit good, but overhyped. That must be because that particular candle was extinguished when the other was still burning. When the candle was hit by the bullet, it obviously went out. But the other two candles would still have been burning, so the fact is, the victim's body would have been illuminated by the light still thrown by the candelabrum. The accused claimed that he couldn't see the body, clearly contradicts those facts. Everyone sees GTA 3. 4. The accuser's claims never to have visited the scene of the crime before. That's the truth. In that almost empty room, the police discovered something very unusual. A board cover out from top to bottom with police document and newspaper cutting. Oh, we saw it too. It goes without saying that those content of the police cannot be divulged. However, they included a number of reports of various historical cases, the oldest of which was from 10 years ago. 10 years ago, the professor again? And there is a common thread linking all those documents on that board. Which is? They're all related to case prosecuted in court by Barak Van Zeek. All those cases are one in which the defendant was acquitted. Interestingly, none of those defendants are alive today, because all of them have been sent to their graves by the Reaper. Okay, we're now going back to the myth of the Reaper, where all the people who were indeed acquitted die miraculously. Somehow no one ever found the cases, anyway, a person, a murderer behind it, so no killers. And it's based on operation, really. And yet the Ripper would claim never to have been to his own scene. I don't know him. No, the truth is, we've been looking at this backward. Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed, as I'm sure everyone can imagine, by the Reaper's hand. Oh shit. That doesn't make sense. Why would Gregson investigate? He clearly said to me earlier that he would not investigate Barra Benzik because he trusts that man so much. So now that he's talking about it like that, out of nowhere, out of his butt, that won't be a thing. Joshi, it was you, right? We knew it was you. However, it is with deep regret that I must concur with the prosecutor Asoi's contention that the defendant's testimony exhibit a number of stark inconsistency with the known facts. All I've done is state the truth as I know it. Cass was done in brilliant. He's drawing on his experience as a defense attorney to build his prosecution case, and it's formidable. Also, you will submit the report that you just showed the court as evidence. I believe it is to be fundamentally establishing the facts surrounding the Reaper's existence. And now the prosecution would like to call new witnesses to the stand. Witnesses who saw event unfold on the day in question. They were mentioned in the previous testimony. Let's do that. Alright. Certainly, my lord. Who are these people? Don't use name? We're just free and easy, sell what we like, live where we wanna live. I mean, of course she's gonna be the matchmaking seller. I give them all a vacant stare as they walk down Fresno and spin a few words into the earth for them. Well. Call me gossip? I sell jaunty little tidbits to passerby. Okay? So a news informant. 6 pence is surprising, not a penny less. Tell me you're not interested. Try it, man. Give him the money and see what it is. Now! Alright. A young couple on Slade Street have just had twins. Why do I care about that? Why would I care about that? Get out. Get out of there. Get out. Is that it? Yeah. That's the same thing I said. Is that it? It's gossip, and you want to spread, but that bit is up to you and your mouth, of course. What? I don't want to spread such a thing. Who cares? Who cares about that? Do you? Because I don't. Venus, that's why people call me funny, innit? Why? Oh, she's not a match. Oh, well, she does have a match. 6 pence a pop. What's with all the 6 pence? Okay. But I wanna tell them that if they get 100, could blow up a school? would you want to blow up a school? Yoshi, do you want to blow up the school or what? I'll let you in a little secret. If you get 100 of them, you can blow up a courtroom. Try the woman. No. Pay the woman council. No. I don't want to blow up the courtroom. Why am I the one paying to? Only 600 pence? That's a big one. There's nothing little about the punishment. Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, technically the sound could be from the bang itself too. I think therefore I am. Watching the world go on about me, they call me the observer. Not the observer, observer. Okay? I even call you sandwich and you know a sandwich. So you don't actually sell anything? A problem share is a problem have, as they say. I give advice, I do, and think what it means. What? Actually, I don't know, come to think of it. No more purchase today, please. Well, we have quite a cast. Conduct their business on Fresno Street from morning until night. And always in the same place, directly adjacent to the crime scene. Adjacent to the crime scene. Thus, they heard the gunshots. Oh. But they very bravely ran into inside to see what was going on and witness the crime. I mean, they didn't witness the crime, they witnessed the post-crime. Witnessed the meal. I mean, technically they didn't witness it. If all what we see is light and shadow playing with our eyes, is any of it real? The formal testament of these three witnesses now. Let's go. You will describe in detail what you witnessed and heard at the time of the incident. Saw the whole thing from start to finish. We did everything from the moment they went in the building. No, you did not. I gone inside that we heard a big bang. Seems to me that quick to talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what had happened. So I ran into the room and there he was, the Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the dead body. I was scared half to death. Me, so I ran off to find a cop. Seems logical. If these witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything, they didn't see everything there. Who did they see go inside the building? Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused, Baron at sea. I've seen picture of that Reaper in the paper. I know what he looks like. Just between us, folks love stories like this. I made myself a tidy sum already. Shit. Oh wait, the room was just one of several flats in it. Someone from another book could have done it. All those flats on Fresno Street are not occupied. Oh, really? Of course they are. They are small, damp, dirty, and expensive to boot. The room in which they exhibit is the only property in the building that's currently leased. We know the leaseholder's name, don't we? It's rood. Now anyone other than the book could have committed a crime. No! Stop it, Judge! Stop it! At close court like this without a jury, the judge is the only person whose opinion matters. I have to break down this testimony. Somehow. Yeah, that was we have talked about.
Hold it!
Do you mean Lord Van Zeke? What happened? The first 12 months I've gone inside for a good 15 minutes before we heard the gunshot. The victim of our victim been. So that's important to know. Am I sure? Am I sure? Does it seem like that I've forgotten a fellow with bright red hair? Redder than my flaming firework. Why was he even wearing the red hair? So was it unfriendly? There was a lime streak. Fiery red mob still burn on the inside of my eye. Aye, he was a red hair and he had a big trunk. Wasn't in fact his home, but some other bird body. But the big witnesses are correct. Yeah. What the? Why did I not get the photograph before? Then why on earth would he have been wearing something like that? That's what... Right? Photograph. What became of the trunk that the red-headed victim was supposedly carrying? That no trunk was found at the scene. In the dark going in, though, no question about that. So he did go in. Hold it! You mean the gunshot? It was a bang, but it could have been the fire. No, I cannot do that, Joshi. I'm dying anyway. You want me dead? That's fine. Like I said, my energy is very low. Sounded almost exactly like gunshot. 459. No. Said already did not sleep for a couple of days. Not exactly the top of my shape. I sell these little things, don't I? How would I know what a gunshot is? Like, I've always thought it probably sounded a bit like... boom. You heard the noise almost as soon as you thought that the fan you entered the field. That's right, it was almost straight away. Bang! Just like that. Well, he's a reaper, isn't he? What the French call a fait accompli. The reapers around people are going in the ground. I mean, that's what he does, doesn't he? The reaper couldn't allow the inspector to live after he's discovered his secret hideout. There can be no clearer motive for the crime. Incredible motives. At that point you ran inside, is that correct? Seems to me that quick to talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what happened. So when Gossip ran to see what happened, did you go to? Well, me, I'm a bit hampered, so See, all the signs are that, and I can move very well. You were way behind, presumably with that sandwich board around your neck and that big sign in your hand. Sandwich, fun. Is it possible you and I have met before? We definitely did. So you were employed as an omnibus driver just under a year ago then, huh? You did, Sandwich. Trembling has intensified, Mr. Naruhodo. Clearly been through a lot. Turned out King Henry Street in the back window where Arms is just there. You made him hide behind his sign. As he was the omnibus driver on the case. I ran into the room there cause he was the Reaper gun in his hand. I'm gonna have 180 DVDs and my DVD hold over 200. It should be good. Yeah, well, half of them is gonna be sold. Kick the door open like a professional. Yeah, what's going on here? Like, all we heard was a man scream. And it was dark inside the room? No, not dark at all. There were candles burning on the wall. There was a fella collapsed on the floor. Just between us, it's the first thing I noticed when I got inside. Claims not to have seen any such thing. Someone standing right beside me. That's right, the pale-faced Reaper himself. I was a little shocked, I won't deny it, but I'm no lily-livered coward. I stood my ground and gave that Reaper a cold, hard stare myself.
Excuse me!
Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich? There's really nothing to me. Empty in the head. I am. Just two slices with no middle. Then you would not be a sandwich! So I don't know what you could want with me. I think that maybe you just remember something, having heard Mr. Gossip last statement to me. What I think is we're all nothing really. We try to dress ourselves up as something else, but at the end of the day we're just all street sellers. Keep your trap shut now, unless you want us to make you into a real sandwich. When he saw the Reaper, he fell clean over on his backside. That's it. Man. You rotten beggar, I told you to keep that a secret. Yeah. He screamed, he did. Scream and scramble off on all four. That's all I wanted to say. So he fell, he must say. The floor was dead slippery, that's I planted my hand in the filthy pool of blood, didn't I? Yuck! Yeah. But listen here, even when I was sprawled on the floor, I still kept giving that Ripper a cold hard stare, and don't you forget. Did you say you got blood on your hand? I did. Hey, happens to the best of us at time. Haha. Some sort of Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Skyscraper, Oppenheimer already. All Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Most Halloween Gross, Ball Cop, Great, Superbad, Sure. Knocked Up, Goodfellas, Classic. Hobbit, you can throw that away. Lord of the Ring, keep it. Skyscraper, sure. Not bad, not good. Free Godfather movie, well, classic. Yes. No, Mr. Gossip, I'm going to have to ask you to add that information to your formal test. Training day was good. I slipped over and got blood on my hands, so I quickly wiped it off.
Hold it!
Wipe your hand on what? Then I have thought I'd done it. No tap. You didn't think that might be a problem? Does it really matter if I left a few grubby handprints on the floor? They get cleaned up in the end of the day. Don't make such a fuss, that's a message from all of us. handprints on the floor, that's all. Don't come at me with all that, you can intimidate me. Yeah, what happened to the handprint? I wiped off on the floor the blood. Cemetery. Big Bad Theory, madam. I think we might have just a couple of items.
Hold it!
So that is logical. I don't even need to press this. But so you didn't run into your room with your thing. I'm not that sort of cat. I'm a timid little thing, me. I'm too scared to go in there. Are you Dia? Right, I see an old lippy and witch ran in there, and then I heard a sort of old lady scream. Oh, that wasn't me as well. If I were a gentleman, I'd stake my honor on it. I wonder what on earth was going on, which is when you went to find the police. So I ran into a copper as soon as I turned the corner. So I brought him straight back to the place. Did not do well, eh? Just between us, that copper's eyes nearly popped out of his eye when he saw the Reaper. I've never felt more uncomfortable in all my life. The defendant was arrested on spot. Considering the catalog of killing the Reaper had carried out, it was a particularly inauspicious end. Their combined testimony are fairly damning. Fortunately, there don't seem to be any obvious problem with this thing. There is. And I'm almost certain that we'll find something there that doesn't quite add up. One of these three could be true. I don't know. Duke of Hazard, Flicks, Batman, Full Metal Jacket, Hunger Game. And Barbie. And scary movies. You did not have Barbie? Get your DVD collection out. It's not going. So slip over a couple of us so I could avoid it. It's the same red-headed lead advertisement. And facts, boards. So that was something that I did. Let's see. But what am I getting? Those are funny, no? Yeah, they're funny. Some are stupid. Oh, yeah. They're all stupid. That's why they're funny.
Objection!
So you wipe off the blood from your hand on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that?
Objection!
The police found no such handprint on the floor during their investigation. What exactly is the defendant
Objection!
asserting? Trying to take your Starhugs? If you listen, you'll find out. Prosecutor assumed. There was no bloody footprint found on the floor. There was a handprint in blood left very clearly at the scene on the back of this building. Indisputably, a handprint in the distinctive color. That's my right hand, I know it anywhere.
Objection!
Wipe his hand on the floor. Any handprint on the back of the board are irrelevant.
Objection!
Get them next time. You might get something else. You try to steal his Starhugs. You thought who was dead? Kazuma Asogi? No, he's not dead. Apparently we all thought he was dead, but he was not. You know, you might get his, strings. Some other stuff that you might not wanna get with his Starhugs, but it comes with it. None of them was falling over. Boy, in that case, it's not possible for the witness's handprint to have just injured. Apparently he won. I mean, the question is, why did people hide about, lied about it, said that he was dead when in fact he was not. So that's something we have to discover too. If not on this case, on the next one. Because Asogi actually went to Britain with sort of like a goal. But what the goal is, we kind of know right now. It has somehow to do with the Professor case. Well, it was his dad that was the murderer per se. Whether he believed he is innocent or not. But is that his true goal? We don't know. Even if someone been toppled over a lying floor, it would be there. It would have been a considerable distance from the body. Yeah, that's the thing. I fell over when I came across the body, so it was basically right next to the corpse, not on the other side. In other words, the defense assertion is contradictory, then how come? Yes, it is. There's a very definite contradiction here, for which there must be a reason. I take it that you formulate a proper hypothesis. Apparent discrepancy between the witness account and the found evidence. I like it. This discrepancy with the witness account and the location of the another hand. What? So what do we have here? My bot has absolutely no say on those kind of things. My boss cannot even tell me when I can, I need to do extra. No, she does not. I mean, I do extra when I said I need to do extra. Not even that. So how can I explain? Because the board was on a different place? That did the board move? When this handprint was made, the board must have been lying on the floor as I previously suggested, which means that after the incident, it must have been moved.
Objection!
So Somebody moved the notice after the shoot. Care to call who? Position of the notice board at the time of the incident, Lord. So it must be on the other side. I think it must be on the other side. So that's why he did not see anything, because it was dark. It was hidden by the notice board. Then someone decided to topple it down so it fell down, and then afterward it was moved on the other side. That's why, you know, you couldn't see the light.
Take that!
When he entered the room, it was dark. He couldn't see the bug. Making the room appear dark.
Objection!
That's true. Or, in his precise word, the door flew open and heard a man's cry. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared. Oh, so when opening the door, it knocked the board over. Is that what it is? The door struck the notice board, knocking it over, making the victim spot at this. Okay. Somebody must have righted the board and moved it. To the position where the police, myself, and my colleagues saw it when investigating. Questions. Were they at the scene before anybody? It goes without saying that you must know something about the position of this man. Alright, I'm gonna do a little bit extra. Let's go after this testimony. Once I've gone through this testimony, we're gonna go. That there notice board, just wipe my hand on it. So, well, don't look at me, I haven't got a clue about it. She was not even in. I was doing business with some second years at the time. I don't know anything about anything, I'm just a bystander. Me just a sign at the crossroad of life. It was that Ripper, I bet. He's got a face that screams bored. I can't see how this changes anything, and the detectives still die when we heard the gunshot. So none of you can elaborate further. Shaken by the crime they witnessed, and with only the light of a few candle and oil lamp by which to see, we can expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened. That's why, yeah, you don't pay to expect too much. It's man's endless quest for knowledge that's destroying the world. That's right. Do you live? In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody, well, it makes no difference. It does make a difference. When it got shot right now, the accused was only the person at the scene, so circumstantial evidence. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed this crime is the Baron of the Sea. Quite so. Does the domestic wish to cross-examine despite a certain yes? Am I right? By now you should know, Judge. Oh no, the notice was just wipe my hand.
Hold it!
But you admit that it was the board you wiped your bloody hands on? Admit it? What you admit? Is there plain as day for all to see? I'm smashing print of my right hand. Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint, so you righted the notice board and push it into the board. Yeah, that's just the way of that grey lump. Do I look like a powerful, well-nurtured man? Why would this in anybody else moving the board? No. I've got the nerve to steal, I can tell you, but even I have my limits. There was a birdie on the floor in front of me, and there was Grim Reaper himself standing over it. And there was precious little like inside either. My bottom lips was all a quiver. In other words, this witness is unavailable to give definite testimony on that point. Okay. Why are you lighting the match with the button? Why don't look at me? I'm gonna.
Hold it!
So when you say you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks? What else? There's the Priory School just around the corner. See, those cheeky little so-and-so have got a plan to blow their school to Kingdom's Come, yo! So I've been telling on them, letting their teacher know what they're up to. Oh, so you have. Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so I let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teacher take all the fireworks off of them. Then I praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to me to buy more, everyone happy, see? Oh shit, that's a boy. And some of the teacher gave me a little bonus to thank me for letting them know, and it's a busy old life selling his posters. Venus is his doubtful goddess. Well, telling bare-faced lies is kind of my thing, really. Oh, wow.
Excuse me!
Oh, your old man is being very helpful. Is something wrong, Mr. Sandwich? If I said I was, I could just leave it at that. Would that be the end of it? Now! The Miss Villa statement just now brings something to mind, perhaps. Yeah. Philosophical thoughts, deep philosophical thoughts, which is, let's say there was a grey liar, and the grey liar said with a bad thing in eyes, hell, bare-faced lie is kind of my thing, I'm ever so good at it. Would those words of her be a lie too? She's not good at lying, that's the question. Or the truth, in which case she's not a liar. Yeah, it's a double negation kind of thing. The suggesting mission has been lying. What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep on like that, and I'll blast you too. Kingdom's Come. You have a startling, disturbing mind behind that sweetness of face, young lady. See? Your judge is not happy with you. So Miss Han lies in the testimony. Haha! Which is? So what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich? Well, it means I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Elaborate. So, Sandwich, old blabbermouth were here headed for the room where the gunshot seemed to come from, but there was someone else who creeped up the step up behind him too. That's right, the rotten liar over there. Hehe. I mean, she was there. But you did in fact take yourself to the scene of the crime after all. What did I tell you, eh? I was good at telling bare-faced lie, didn't I? Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it? Who knew Firecracker packed such a punch? So you didn't visit the site of crime, did you, young lady? Good grief. Well, now you come to mention it. Say it! I suppose perhaps I did. did. You clearly remember it or you don't. I shall consider fitting punishment for this perjurious act later. For the time being, you will be given your task. Like the truth! Better lady, you're getting punishment. But it all happened. What are we talking about? Well, I suppose though I don't really know to be fair. If you want my advice though, I'll take everything I say with a big pinch of salt, alright? But you did it by going to the skill on the day in question, didn't you? Oh please, as if I would. I can think of anything more terrifying, the truth please. Oh, alright, just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know, so what did you touch anything at the scene? Oh please, as if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor, the truth please. Well, alright, just a bit then. I had a look to see if there was anything I could sell. So I gave once over, but it was nothing to write home about. So she was trying to find stuff to sell. Oh please, as if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had. Alright then, I thought there might be something worth having underneath it, so I blasted the flippin' thing. You blasted? Oh, flip the blast? Flip? You're telling us that you did move that board? She did. I think that slipped out, didn't it? You what? You daft vampire! I don't believe it, that girl doesn't think. So did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken perhaps to sell? Oh please, I should be so lucky. I'm a truth now! Oh crap. Bit of old junk, this can be worth much in the past. Tina? That watch there, that was a present to Inspector from the yard for a big case off 10 years ago. The boss used it to wind up every morning without fail and it was waiting for Grub to come at the pub. I swiped it once in oblivion upset that he gave me the right earful. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years polishing and winding. Mean the world to him, that watch did. It's not all that though. I took it to Japanese that night to ask how much it was worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it, said it wasn't working. Talk about a worthless all. That watch must be submitted as a oh please, just so long as you promise to give it when we're done. Now! It's what remember you tried to get your grubby mitts on it again. Now, watch your manners, I guess. It's broken! When the inspector was shot, it doesn't tick anymore either. Which is why Japanese didn't wonder what a wasting. Put it in the court record. Hour 5. Wonder what? Oh, that was the key to wind. So it was for the pocket watch. Huh. I have the key. I have it though. I have the little thing. That's keep watch. know what's after. Try it! So it's still working. The watch isn't actually broken after all. I have a feeling got a profound implication. So it's only cracked. What does that mean? So what's this? What an incident. Yes. See? See? Whatever. Alright. Just a bystander, me just a...
Hold it!
But you did go see what happened in the room, okay? It's a whole world. I have to make it my business to know if I want to hold my sign up high. So you did go see what had happened. Not the destination that's important, is how you get there, isn't it? Something tough. If you think about it, we're both the same species and we're both different members of the sun. I might have tried to trip it up of a sense of rivalry. You're Homo sapien, not Homo science. Does that mean you didn't notice the board? No, I can only repeat what I said before. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander. Me, just a sign at the crossroads of life. Just who was responsible for moving the notice board? We already know it was the government.
Hold it!
Oh, come now, don't tell him you don't notice. He looked like he hates everything in the world, that fella. But that no notice boards, they are the one thing he likes. He can see it inside. What? I'll tell you one thing for free though. I never took my eyes off that man on the floor or off the Reaper, not for a second, sorry? So well, I was that scared I couldn't. You never know what a fiend like that might do if you look away, do you? If you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who did this. Aye, that I can. The Reaper did not think of the sword. I can swear to that. I couldn't have missed it. If he heaves the thing upright again and drag it into the... Right, glad we've cleared that up. What happened to the face that screamed forward? I feel your pain, Kazuma. So I can see when we heard the gunshot. So it was 5 o'clock in the morning that you all heard the loud bang, wasn't it? Maybe it didn't, maybe I fell over, or maybe I didn't. But the Reaper's fate is sealed either way because of the gunshot we all heard. So your fate seals too, I think. That's right, the defense is fated to lose, and the prosecution to win. None of that changes the fact that I heard what I heard, does it? So not much to go on. There's no question that no it was woowoo. Someone must have done it, but it did happen after the event, so maybe Kazuma is right and it's not relevant to the case. It must be. position so as to hide the body from the view, so I sure feel that there's some deeper significance to all of this. Look at this. Okay, let's do this. So the question is, what am I throwing? I'm not sure where am I going here. I'm stuck. So where am I getting at here? I'm not exactly sure where I'm going. But I mean, the clock presented itself to me. That's so.
Objection!
We found this key to the winder of Inspector Pocket's watch, a key. And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it in fact still works. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact completely undermines one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built on. But console, the watch was stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock. You heard the gunshot. It is exactly the hour. The time that was shown on the watch tells us nothing other than when it went down. Merely coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection!
The 3 witnesses all heard gunshot at 5 o'clock. Gunshot?
Objection!
Boss used to one up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come out of the pub. So he said he'd missed the last 10 year polishing and winding it. It means the world to him, the watch did. Okay. The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day in the evening. We can reasonably assume therefore that he wound the timepiece in the evening before he died as well. Very reasonable. But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely worn down by 5 o'clock the following day. In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot ran out in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch. What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years? The obvious answer is that he was already dead. Okay.
Objection!
It's absurd. You claim he was already dead the night before. Do you really think that Scarlet Young Coroner will have overlooked something like that? Oh well. Oh. On that subject, there is something rather surprising. There's actually an omission in the coroner's report. The time of death is not noted. Wait a minute, you're forgetting that my leg went from under me when I kicked the door. What do you mean? Like I said, I planted my hand in a dirty grey puddle of blood. So the victim's blood hadn't dried, it was fresh. Catches on fire, doesn't it? That blood could be explained in any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over the body and stuff. But some learned friend think that fresh blood. Why are you saying learned friend? Like Kazuma, like Baron. Yeah. Well, it needn't necessarily have been human blood, of course. We've been told previously that Scotland has no way of identifying the blood as true. The problem is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It is beyond our abilities. So then, a chicken's blood could have been used for it. Only possible that wasn't the expected blood at all.
Objection!
But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that evening, that's beyond question. It is. Is it though? Given that the time of death of the victim has already been called into question, isn't it beyond the realm of possibility that what these witnesses heard wasn't a gunshot at all? Oh please, what are you trying to say? A street seller's year, his livelihood. Yes, I doubt. Not only is it, but all you can state with certainty is that you heard it. A gunshot could have been made with the firecracker, right?
Take that!
People got a set up on them to fake gunshot. Good gracious! You're saying I did? Only make a little pop anyway, see? Not 100 of them together. The Venus special that you sell for 600 pennies sound like this. Bang! As the court can now attest. Sounds very much like a gunshot. Trying to suggest that somebody set one of those fireworkers scene, suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5. Sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot, but Butler on the Fratnell Street to hear. The testified that he saw no one else in the room. Whether it was a gun or firecracker, the only person present to cause the bang was Brown. I don't know. I fear for your finger, young lady.
Objection!
Something called, a timer. Yes, a device that allows you to roll whatever you like, whenever you like. Mister, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing there might lead to yet another international. Alright, no. Whenever you like part that's important, a time device. Yes, of course, exactly, a time device. Something of that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce a sound of a gunshot long after the kill was Yes, I would say the candle, right? When they start burning down then. After it reaches the thing, then it started burning down. That's why that one is a little bit longer.
Take that!
The tip of one of the candle has been blown off. Because it was struck by the bullet, which, no, but it has burn marks though. Not possible, why? Because of the scorching. The gunpowder scorch mark clearly visible on the bullet. See, it's black, but on the victims around the bullet of entry, yes, that's right, there was. But as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target is very close range, a matter of centimeters from the gun. So which means that the scorch kind of can be possibly the result of a gunshot. It came from the firework. It did. The fact there's such a visible scorching on the candle suggests that the firework must have been right next to it when they exploded. Or to put it another way, the candle and the firecracker were joined together. Yeah, like that. So when it started burning down, that's when it started exploding. Igniting the fuse of the firecracker generating a loud noise bang. Very well calculated though, if you can calculate it 5. Well, does it matter whether it's 5 or 6? It has, because he saw what was written on one of the things on the Inspector Grex's thing, so he knew to go there, but that also means that he has a grudge against Baron Van Zeke. Couldn't forget that flame color hair even if I wanted to. When I saw entering 15 minutes before occurred could easily have been someone else entirely wearing the red hair piece. So it was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Grex's killer. Oh, very impressive, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Really quite amazing you've come this far. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the making of a great defense warrior? Yes, you did. So I also noted the lack of time of depth in this was a Starhugs mission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country justice system leaves a lot to be desired. Crap. What on earth do you mean by that statement? I heard that many of the leading members of the British judiciary are present to observe the trial today, so we cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked. So the defense assertion about the time of the base on the victim's stopwatch is just conjecture, but while the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it. Oh, certainly, I would agree with you. And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what was Inspector Grayson doing? Where did he go the day before the incident? But I know. Treated as confidential with his Scotland Yard, so even within the yard. However, considering the evidence we've been presented with so far, I would say it's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing. Wouldn't you, my learned friend? I do have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating. Yes. My lord, the defense believe he cannot explain to the court the case that been investigated by the investigator at the time of his death. I think the shady thing about the red-headed leak article.
Take that!
That's one, right? The red-head piece point to the answers. We might assume it was part of the disguise used to carry an undercover investigation. Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd, except that is, in a crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League. And the Red-Headed League was that. So, you already work it out. What on earth is all this about? Is there such an extraordinary league of gentlemen? The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for a grand deception. And regarding the Red-Headed and across Orlando and tricking them out of a small sum of money, 2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday. In fact, my lord, the defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once. 2 redheads! Oh, those 2 men that was arrested at Shon's. We infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this head. It's very likely that he had direct contact with these criminals. and it's quite possible that such a contact led to more serious events. I concur that we cannot in good conscience leave this new avenue and explore. Well, it's another possible line of inquiry for us at least. We'll ask you to make an immediate arrangement for the charged men to appear. Bring those two red-headed league conspirator before me, Prosecutor Asogi. At once, my lord. Very good. We will have a 30-minute recess. Court is adjourned. Alright. Alright, to be continued. Okay, so I think that's a very good place to stop. I mean, I already went a little bit extra, almost 5 AM. Josh should be happy now. Even though I'm really dying now. But you know, at least that chapter is done. So I'm gonna end it here. So Friday we're gonna come back to Splatoon as usual. So yeah. There are no special event, at least I don't remember there are any special event. So since I played excuse me. Since I played Salmon Run last week, so I'll be playing Turf War this week. Unless there's some special events I'm not aware of. I'm a little bit behind on Splatoon news and stuff because I've been a little bit hooked on FF7 Rebirth. But we're gonna do a little bit of Turf War since there are so many. Well, there's still a couple of side order weapon that I need to complete in order for me to get all the licenses and stuff. Basically 1 star for all of it. For the start the day after my stream. Yeah, but on the day of my stream there are no such a thing. So yeah. We might play a little bit, but I highly doubt it because this week will be a little bit shorter stream. I will be working during this weekend. So yeah, I highly doubt I'll be able to do the random rotation thing. So yeah, unfortunately. But at least for the time that I have allotted, I'll be starting the stream a little bit earlier this Friday as usual because the stream is shorter, so I'll try to compensate as much as possible. So I'll be driving back home a little bit quicker as much as the moment I come home I do my little stuff, prepare my lunch and whatever, but boom, start the stream immediately. Yeah, so I'll be rushing up. That's what I do. But maybe extra. Might be second week or third week of this one. Yeah, we're gonna see. But it's definitely not this week. So it is what it is. All right. So we will be playing Turf War if there are no objections. We're gonna see on this Friday. All right, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoy this game. So with this game, we are slowly progressing towards the end of this game, which is fine as well. So that's okay. But I'll be seeing you guys back on Friday then. Do take care until then. Bye now.